Kia ora koutou, ko dia ho, haere mai, welcome to today's virtual makerspace. We'll be sending you off for some quick brain teasers and then we will be back with our main activity, which today we're making a breathing machine. Well, I hope you enjoyed those brain teasers. It's time to make our breathing machine, and there are a few things that we'll need to source, but mainly they will be around home. So let's take a closer look. First thing we need to do is cut off the base of our soft drink bottle. Please get an adult to help you do this. And then we can set that aside. Now take the 3 straws. Now we want them just over 10 centimeters each. It doesn't matter if you don't have a bendy straw, and a paper straws will also do just fine. Now, one of these straws is going to represent the trachea, which is the name of the breathing tube that joins the back of your throat to the top of your lungs. And we'll have a little bit more of a look at the structure of the lungs a little bit later on. Now, we're going to take our 2 red balloons and we're going to cut off the ends. We're going to push the end of the straw into our balloons and wrap some tape around them. Now these straws represent the branching air tubes called bronchi within the lungs. With our 3rd straw, we're going to cut a 2 centimeter slit up the middle of one of the ends. So this is our trachea. So we're going to cut 2 centimeters there. Might need an adult to help if it gets a little bit tricky. So then it's divided into 2 parts like that. Now we're going to do the same at the other end. So just 2 centimeters. But on this occasion, we're going to do it twice. So turn it round to 90 degrees and then cut again. Is you want 4 pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you want that to open up into 4. So take our bronchi tubes and take our trachea. We're going to tape these 2 to the trachea and to these where it's just divided into 2, and set that aside. Take our ball of putty because this is how we're going to make a hole. We need to make a hole in the top with a pair of scissors. Please get an adult to help. Our hole needs to be big enough for our pieces of straw to fit through. Now feed the trachea through the hole in the lid. Each piece, you might need a second pair of hands to help. And use some tape, some electrical tape here, to secure it to the lid. Now feed that into the top of your bottle. Alternatively, you could have put this in the bottle before you started. And we'll screw that on. Okay, now we need to prepare the bottom. So we need to take our blue balloon and we're going to cut off the bottom part. Stretch it out a little bit and then tie a knot through the end. You might need an adult to help you do this because this is always tricky. Now, the trickier part is getting this piece over the end of our bottle. So I've got a different bottle here. Feed that in. And that will still secure, which is great because we do need an airtight seal. So now I'll just stretch this over here. And secure that with tape. And this part here represents our diaphragm. Okay, so I have had to make some adjustments to my model given that I'm now using the smaller bottle, and make sure that when you screw the lid back on that you've got this bottom part pushed in as far as it possibly can without it popping. Then attach this so that we've got less air inside this vessel. So what we can do to make our lungs breathe is we pull out and push in. So you'll see slightly, it's a little bit tricky to see on the video, but that the balloons here will inflate as I pull out. And when I push back in, they deflate. So pull out, they're inflating, push in, and they're deflating. Now, we mentioned a little template we had at the beginning. So we're just going to bring that over now. Now, I did set this up so it was the size of the large vessel. However, we're going to try and make it work for this one. So what we need to do is we're just going to wrap this around. We might just going to have to trim this a little bit now. So I'll wrap that round. So we've got our model. So we breathe in, lungs inflate, breathe out, the lungs deflate. And we're going to put a couple of slides up to finish, just to explain that a little bit more. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's activities. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you again next time. Ka kite anō.